Is this a dream?
Maybe. You tell me.
Dreams, an experience that most people have when they sleep. They can take the form of a lot of things, showing you pieces of your life, making weird worlds beyond what is reasonable, or even creating very close copies of your own world, making us question if that was really just a dream. There are various theories of what this experience is. Some say they reflect your own desires and wishes, others say it's a consolidation of our memories, but in the end, nobody is really sure. Today I'm going to be talking about dream-like games. Games that give us an insight of what dreams are, how terrifying they can be, but also how they have an underlying beauty to them. Yume Nikki has left a monumental mark on the indie game sphere, inspiring and influencing incredible games to this day. If you have not played, you probably have heard of it. The game, all things considered, is weird, cryptic and boring at times, but on the other hand, fascinating and beautiful. You play as a girl called Madotsuki. She is a hikikomori, someone who seeks extreme isolation from society, spending various months and even years in their homes. The girl refuses to leave her apartment, and the only activities you can do in there are sitting on the floor, saving the game, playing a very underwhelming game in your game console, or, most importantly, sleeping. For whatever reason Madotsuki might have, she uses her sleep to pass time. It's her only entertainment and the most comfortable place in the world. That's when the real game takes place. Her dreams, places her unconscious mind creates. 12 doors are presented to you, each one of them leading you to different locations that get more and more bizarre. There's very little information about the story and characters. Everything you see, everything you touch is all left to the interpretation of the player to formulate their own thoughts about what they see. Very much like dreams themselves, it's very hard to understand what exactly is happening, or the meaning of it all. What are these creatures? What is this place? Why are these uterus-like figures being shown? While yes, the game is very self-interpretational, there are some themes that cannot leave the equation. It's very clear the constant themes of isolation and trauma, for example. The game lets you wander aimlessly through long periods of time, with little to no interaction with NPCs or any other kind of things to see or do. It feels very lonely, the atmosphere is not tense, it's suffocating. One of the parts of the game that transpires these feelings the best is when you climb a staircase leading to a hill alongside a very scenic view. It's a peaceful but daunting area. You are surrounded by some people, you might be physically there, but no one acknowledges you. You are all alone, and you feel small under this underwhelming sense of peace. Humans are indisputably stupid creatures. We ignore the wrongs of the past and decide to repeat them. We ignore the fact that our actions have consequences. We ignore our freedom to change. In Fatum Betula, you are tasked to give this birch tree some kind of liquid, but be careful, any actions to the small tree affects the whole world around you. After all, the tree and the world are connected and stuck in between the living and the dead, and you need to change that. So, you march forward and along your way, you find a sword stuck in a tree. You grab it for precautions or something else. Anyway, closer by you find a cabin in the middle of a lake. Inside the cabin, if you want to take a nap in the bed, this happens. Huh. I'm never sleeping again. Exploring a bit more, you find yourself face to face to a cat-like specimen. Suddenly you remember you do have a sword and you do need a liquid. You use one of the vials that was gifted to you and acquire some of the blood from the beast. You feed it to the tree. Violence. We have a tendency for violence. Why did you kill him? Was that really the only choice you could have done in that situation? Are you really going to walk the path of bloodshed and become even worse than a beast itself? Okay, let's try a different approach. By sleeping in the cabin's bed, you enter the dream world. Exploring nearby, you find the ghost of a local fisherman. He is resentful of the world and wishes to break the cycle of life and death by erasing everyone and everything from existence. If you do end up helping him, all the worries in life fade away. All the conflicts, all the pain, all the friends you had, all the dreams, all the sad and happy moments, all gone, and no mouth to complain. Was that really what you wanted? The game has a bunch of different endings and decisions you can make, each one leading to something different. For me, I think Fatum Betula, aside from the dream-like aesthetics, is in itself a symbolic dream about your life. You might not have a magical tree that changes the fate of the whole world, but what you do have is you and your own life decisions. Are you going down the path of violence where you hurt everyone and no one comes to understand one another? Or are you going to give up on everything and not even try to fight the bads of life and break the cycle? All comes to you. You have the means to change yourself, and even if small changes, change the lives of people around you for better or worse. You wake up, go through your day like always. However, today something feels off. You try to shake that idea, but the feeling of déjà vu keeps getting stronger. Visions from someone who looks like you flood your mind. Who am I? Signalis is a survival horror game that takes place in a dystopian future. You play as a replica unit called Elster, looking for the woman in this photo. Replicas are basically artificial humans, and the Elster units are built for combat and surviving in harsh environments. Hell units for office work and so on, each one filling a set role. Yet, they are not exactly built, but copied. They are copies of someone's brain and memories. There are various documents scattered around the game describing their personalities and how to deal with them. It's also stated that they need some kind of fetish object so they don't go completely insane and start taking stuff outside of the set rule. Do not show or give the Elster unit photographs or play music near them, as their neural patterns are of a war veteran. LA unit's neural patterns are of a ballet dancer. Their persona stabilizes by social interaction. On the other hand, Storage unit's persona stabilizes by taking a shower or bath. Throughout your gameplay, your Elster unit will have some flashbacks that just seem off. With the knowledge of how the replica units were made, you realize those are not exactly your memories, but instead are the ones from your original self, the mind used as a building block when creating you. At the end of your journey, wandering through this area, you find a bunch of dead Elster units, all heading to the same place as you, all with the same ambition and desire. Despite that, they have failed to conquer the dream, and so another one wakes up to the nightmare. The memories of the person used for your narrow patterns still linger, even thousands, even millions of years into the future, making you and the others keep chasing for a promise that time has long forgotten. Now, I'm not going to spoil everything whether this unit is able to succeed or not. What I'm going to do is ask you to play Signalis. It's an incredible game and it really deserves the recognition. Dreams can have a bunch of interpretations and meanings, whether it's showing you your most intimate desires or your most traumatic moments. One thing we can agree on is how horrifyingly beautiful they can be.